Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the channel. My name's Austin. If you're new to me, we're going to talk about Bitcoin soaring. We're going to talk about what the altcoins, the major blue chips like XRP and Cardano, and what's going on with them. But we're also going to talk about, are we getting too greedy? Is it getting where we're in a overbought model here? Which could set us up for some type of a dramatic fall off or sell off. We're going to talk about all that in this video. So please do two things: hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. Subscribe button here on YouTube is free, by the way. It just means you want to follow my content. Okay. So Bitcoin soaring amid extreme greed sentiment. Let's unpack that for a minute, kind of take a look. So the overall market, again, is doing really well. It's up 3%. We're at 3,770,000,000,000, tying our all-time high for that number right there. So when we break out to like 3,780,000,000,000 or 800 billion, we will have again peaked at a new all-time high for the entire crypto market. I mentioned Bitcoin. Bitcoin has yet hit a new high, and I think it's going to touch it and go past it today. If sentiment continues as it has been. So our new all-time high for Bitcoin is 107,780. Not a bad time to own Bitcoin. You know, I've said this in a lot of videos that Bitcoin, all the smart people in the room, people that are quite honestly a lot smarter than me from a technical analysis standpoint, are all pretty much calling for 150,000 for Bitcoin by the end of the first quarter 2025. So in the March timeframe. Okay. So there is that, and that's good stuff. I like that. So this is kind of what I wanted to talk to you about right here was the crypto fear and greed index. Now, I have actually personally, and I've said this in many videos, I've never really liked the word greed. I think of this as the fear and confidence index. Okay. So they basically equal the same thing. I'm just not too fond of the word greed in this context. Although, I mean, I get it, right? I mean, as we're getting too greedy, we're getting closer to that edge where, we could be in an overbought model. And again, it will trigger a sell off and things of that nature. Okay. So we're in extreme greed right here, 81. Now we're still in the, we're just beginning into the dark green. See, so this is greed and neutral, all that kind of stuff. All right. So we're just touching into the extreme greed, extreme confident level. And over here on the right, which I think is pretty cool. Let me move the picture of me so you guys can see this. There we go. We've got kind of the bar chart. This is actually a really good pictorial of kind of where we've been with extreme greed and fear. Down here on the low, look at this. I actually was not aware of this. Back on September 6th was when we hit our yearly low of a fear in the 26 range. I was like, interesting. I didn't know that it had been that low, not relatively too long ago, back in September of just a few months ago, if you will, right? 3 or 4 months ago. All right. So you can see that we're inching back up. Now we hit these levels back on March. See, now that's kind of what I'm talking about. See how we hit this extreme greed right here. This chart went up right here, and then boom, we had this sell off, right? So that is a little bit of the fear. Are we getting too greedy? Are we getting a little bit too overbought? We're getting back to those levels, that kind of thing. Now, ultimately, I'm just making you aware. Excuse me. I'm just making you aware that this is a thing and this is out here so that you know about it. Am I telling you that you should get out of Bitcoin and get out of crypto and, all put your money, on the sidelines under your mattress, whatever metaphor works for you? No, that's not at all what I'm saying to you. I just wanted you to know about this and kind of keep an eye on this, because history does have a tendency to show us this. Last time we hit this kind of extreme greed scenario, we had a pretty significant fall off. All right, pretty quickly. You can see it right here back in that March, April timeframe. Now, do I feel like this is the same type of a scenario right here that we're looking at now? No. I mean, we've got the rest of December to go through. We've got rolling into January, so much good stuff lined up for us in January. We got Trump taking office. We have a new SEC chairman taking office. All that happens on January 20th. We have a very pro-crypto beginning of a government ecosystem going into play at that time. Lots of good stuff. We have a crypto czar that's going to be part of, the White House advisory staff role, things of that nature. Again, all of these, different things. Now, again, we always have to remember that there's always the fear of a catalyst on the global stage. And really the big one that always kind of spooks me is nuclear weapons being deployed somewhere. We still have the Russia Ukraine war. We still have the Middle East uncertainty and unrest. So there's always something that's kind of out there on the global stage. I think that inflation, switching on you, I think that inflation will continue to be a little hard to fight. We find out this week what the Federal Reserve is going to do as far as lowering that base interest rate, and that'll have an impact on crypto. Right now, crypto is definitely running hard. And as I said, we're in that kind of extreme greed model. Again, I think of it as extreme confidence, right? But they equal the same thing. I just don't like the word greed in that context. All right. I don't know why. It's always been a thing with me, and I've said it in a bunch of videos. So, so good stuff here. We've got Bitcoin running. Everything's kind of taking off there for Bitcoin. We've got XRP starting to move back up. But if you look at some of the other cryptos like, Cardano, I mean, it's up 9% just about on the 7-day. Avalanche is up 11%. Chainlink is up 22%. So right here on the 24-hour, we're starting to see things kind of break loose a little bit. Stellar's up 9%. That doesn't surprise me because XRP is running. HBAR's up 3%. But really, the capital, the money hasn't flowed into the altcoins yet, right? It's been flowing into Bitcoin and to an extent Ethereum, but it really hasn't happened. And there was a tweet actually yesterday that I reposted, and let me show you that. So I want to show you that. It's one that I think was really, really poignant and really well done. This was from Crypto Rover. And what was interesting about it was he was talking about the phases. And I've talked about this in a lot of videos, how we're in phase one. We're kind of right here beginning in phase two. Phase one was all the money flows into Bitcoin, and then like right here in the green, money flows into Ethereum, but it struggles to keep up with Bitcoin. Ethereum goes back and forth with Bitcoin and starts outperforming it. And that has been happening. Phase two is where we're starting to see Ethereum starts to outperform, and we hear talks of the flippening, right? I remember all that back a couple of years ago. Is Ethereum going to flip Bitcoin and all that kind of stuff? So I thought this was a great chart. So you can go check this out over on my Twitter if you want. My Twitter links is below in the description if you want to go check it out. Now, of course, if you're watching this over on Twitter, you can just go to my profile and you can find this tweet that I reposted from Crypto Rover. I give him all credit. That was a great graphic, and I just retweeted it yesterday. I thought that was a really good thing there. Okay. So, excuse me, before I let you go, hey, I got to make you aware. Hey, look, I've got the software running out there that's helping quite a few people make even more money in crypto. What it does is it runs on your mobile phone or on your computer, and it tells you when to buy and when to sell crypto. Okay. So in this scenario, this is HBAR. This is a buy alert. This is a sell alert. In 29 days, it went up 642%. So $2,000 of HBAR bought here and sold here would have made you a profit of just like $12,800 off of a $2,000 buy. Okay. So the software runs on any mobile device, runs on any computer. It costs about $1 a day to run it. And with the discount code down there in the description, that's where you can click the link down below in the description to get access to it. So you spend more than $1 on a cup of coffee, right here, right? You spend more than that on a cup of coffee a day. And there's a 30-day no questions asked money back guarantee right here that's highlighted here for you. Okay. So give it a look. You got 30 days. You got nothing to lose here. As always, I appreciate you. Thanks for giving me a few minutes, and we'll see how it all plays out.